Good evening and welcome here onto Aspheric TV, and this is the news wrap-up. My name is Double Gift. I'd start off with the headlines from Nigerian newspapers today. The Punch newspaper, ISWAP, fear spreads, presidency, senators clash over impeachment threats. Senators on Wednesday threatened to impeach the president, Major General Muhammadu Buhari, retired, over the worsening insecurity in the Federal Capital Territory, Abuja, and the country at large. The Guardian newspaper, insecurity, senators shunned Buhari must go. Piqued by worsening insecurity in the country, senators across political parties yesterday gave President Muhammadu Buhari an ultimatum of 6 weeks to properly address the situation or face immediate impeachment. The Nation newspaper, Senate in stormy session over renewed attacks by bandits. There was uproar in the Senate yesterday following the call for the impeachment of President Muhammadu Buhari by People's Democratic Party (PDP) senators over worsening insecurity. Daily Trust. Buhari convenes emergency security meeting as senators dangle impeachment. Hours after senators threatened to impeach President Muhammadu Buhari if the current security situation did not improve, the president summoned an emergency meeting of the National Security Council for today. Now the headlines for today. Release of abducted Abuja-Kaduna train attack remains a priority, Jaji Sambo. FCT Minister harps on community policing over insecurity. Senate to invite CBN Governor as Naira hits 700 to dollar. Again, bandits abduct 12 villagers in Niger community. Transportation Minister appoints Chief of Staff. Hanifa, court sentences Abdul Malik, Kano School proprietor, to death. I'll go on a short break. When I return, I'll give you details of this story and more.
Welcome to Aspheric News. Thank you so much for your support. Thank you for those who have subscribed to our channel. We are happy to have you on our channel. Thank you so much for all your support. But please, for those who have not subscribed, we are begging you, subscribe to our channels. Please subscribe. Please, we are begging you, subscribe to our channel. And while subscribing, do not forget to click on the notification button, the button around it. Don't click for you to get our notification whenever we're on live program, wherever we're covering a live program, wherever we are giving you a news update, whenever we post a new content on our channels. Please do not forget to follow us on our social media handles. On Facebook, official at Aspheric News. On Instagram, Aspheric News. On Twitter, and Aspheric News. On LinkedIn, and Aspheric News. Please, thank you so much for your huge support. Watching is a support. Thank you. We are grateful. But please, let someone know about Aspheric TV, and also to call on us anyone in need of our service. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Now the news. The Minister of Transportation, Engineer Muazu Jaji Sambo, has said securing the release of the 43 persons still held captive by the remained a top priority of the federal government. According to the Director of Press and Public Relations, Federal Ministry of Transport, Eric Ojekwe, Mr. Sambo said this while addressing families of the victims of the ill-fated March 28, 2022 train attack, who led a peaceful protest to the ministry demanding the release of their loved ones. The government has not been sleeping from the inquiries I have made. There are some things you do not say in public, but I want you to give me time. Let me resume properly in this office, and I promise you this will be the first issue I am going to tackle by the grace of God, the minister assured. Speaking further, the transportation minister requested for details of contacts, names, addresses, and telephone numbers that he can reach, promising that he will be in constant engagement until every single person in captivity regains freedom and gets reunited with their families. The minister further disclosed that a situation room will be created to constantly keep the families abreast of efforts by the government to secure the release of the remaining victims. In the light of recent security challenges in the Federal Capital Territory FCT, Minister of the FCT Malam Mohammed Musa Bello has laid strong emphasis on the need for organized community policing within the FCT communities and area councils. In a press statement signed by the Assistant Director Information, Office of the Minister, Rabi Musa Umar, the minister disclosed this in Abuja when a delegation of council chiefs of the Pai Chiefdom in Kwali Area Council of the FCT, led by the Magajin Pai Alhaji Bawa Yahaya, paid a visit to the FCTA, said with adequate community policing, a lot of the security challenges currently being experienced in the FCT could be surmounted. The minister, who lamented that efforts to introduce community policing in the FCT in the past have not been very successful, attributed the challenge to the over-reliance of the communities on the FCT administration to provide all the necessary logistics. He urged the traditional and political leadership in the area councils to show more commitment to ensure the success of the program. He said the reality is that security now is everybody's business. We have tried as much as possible to encourage community policing in the FCT, but we have not had success. The challenge we faced, especially with the community policing issue, is that many of the communities were just waiting for the federal government or maybe the state, and in our own case, the FCT administration, to pay for everything. As you know, resources are very scarce. If the federal government, through the system established by the Nigerian police, takes care of the training and maybe the kitting, other things including allowances should be taken up by the local community. The minister therefore advised FCT communities and the leadership of the area councils to work with experts within their various domains to identify able-bodied men and women and encourage them to be part of the community policing process. The advantage is that Mr. President has approved the employment of 10,000 policemen every year. So you find that the natural thing is that those that are trained as community policing constabulary can easily be absorbed into the main police. Even if initially it is the community that is funding their transport, their logistics, or even paying for whatever they require when they go for training, the community will still benefit because eventually it is the same able-bodied men and women that will be absorbed by either the police or the military, he added. While pledging the support of the FCT administration to ensure the success of community policing in the FCT, Malam Bello also promised the intervention of the FCT administration in the provision of access roads and educational facilities in the community. Speaking earlier for the delegation, the Sarkin Yakin Pai, Dr. Usaini Al-Halilu Pai, appreciated the relationship between the FCT administration and the Pai community, as well as the show of love and concern by the FCT minister to the community. He said the visit by the minister to the community following the death of its chief, HRH Al-Haji Abdullahi Bala Ibrahim Pai, was a clear demonstration of good leadership and care for the people of Pai and the entire residents of the FCT. Dr. Pai pledged the support of Pai community for all activities by governments to curb insecurity in the FCT, while calling on the administration to continue to provide basic infrastructure in the community. Also present at the meeting were the Chief of Staff to the Minister, Malam Bashir Mebornu, Managing Director, Abuja Investment Company Limited, Alhaji Abubakar Pai, and other officials of the FCTA and members of the Pai Council of Chiefs. The Senate on Wednesday said it will summon the Governor of the Central Bank of Nigeria, Godwin Emefiele, over inflation and the devaluation of Naira, Nigerians to more hardship. The senators lamented that the United States dollars to Naira had now risen to 700 Naira, which was very sad, and calls for immediate attention. The spate of bandit attacks continued unabated in some communities in Niger State, as no fewer than 12 villagers have been abducted by the gunmen in Shadadi village in Mariga local government area of the state. The latest raid took place between Monday night and early Tuesday morning. A source in the local government disclosed that the gunmen moved from house to house, abducting their victims before taking them to an unknown destination. According to the source, the terrorists, who were armed with AK-47 rifles, rode on about 50 motorcycles with two on each motorcycle. It was, however, gathered that no one was killed during the operation, even as they are yet to get across to the relations of the victims to make any demand for ransom. The source also stated that some of the terrorists were sighted Wednesday morning going towards Kebbi State. Asked why the police or soldiers could not repel them, he said there were only 50 soldiers stationed in Mariga, adding that how can 50 soldiers face 100 bandits who carry the same type of weapons? He also said the local vigilante in the employment of the local government are not equipped to confront the terrorists. The police is yet to confirm the story, though a senior officer in the Niger State Police Command, who craved anonymity, said, "We have heard about the incident. We are still expecting details from the DPO." The Honorable Minister of Transportation, Engineer Muazu Jaji Sambo, has appointed Dr. Abubakar Dansoho as Chief of Staff. Dansoho holds a PhD in Maritime Technology from Liverpool, John Moores University, UK, MSc in International Transport from University of Wales, Cardiff, UK, and a BSc from the University of Maiduguri. Further background checks reveal that he has been in the maritime industry for well over 25 years with skills in maritime technology, ports management and operations, logistics, amongst others. With international institutions including the World Bank and Crown Agents UK, he was also at one time the port manager of one port in Rivers State. It is hoped that with his appointment as Chief of Staff, the ministry will leverage on his wealth of experience, excellent track records and commitment to innovative approach to tackle the multi-faced challenges in the transportation sector. The Kano State High Court today sentenced the proprietor of Noble Kids Academy and Northwest Preparatory School, Abdul Malik Tanko, the principal suspect who masterminded the kidnap and killing of a 5-year-old schoolgirl, Hanifa Abubakar. The presiding judge, Justice Usman Naaba, sentenced him to death by hanging while delivering his judgment on Thursday. Aspheric News reported the abduction of Hanifa on December 4, 2021, on her way home from Islamia, and subsequently discovered to have been killed by the convict, who is her teacher and school proprietor, after demanding 6 million naira ransom at Dakata, Nasarawa local government area of Kano State. That's the news. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe to our YouTube channel. We are Aspheric TV. on YouTube, and also don't forget to follow us on all of our social media platforms. On Instagram and Twitter we are Aspheric News, and on Facebook we are official Aspheric News. My name is Double Gift. Thanks for watching.